Both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also Solana are ready for massive moves this week. In today's video, I will be providing you guys, as always, with updates on all three of them, including brand new trading ideas. When we look at the 4-hourly chart on Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin is currently trading against this massive range high area of resistance. After seeing a massive deviation over here beneath the range low, Bitcoin is currently testing that range high area. Even though we have seen a very strong push towards the upside, this, in my opinion at least, is never the time to get extremely bullish. What we can see is that Bitcoin is also forming a bit of a local range right over here as well around that range high area. In my opinion, this is the time to be a little bit more cautious. I'm not saying that we can't squeeze higher from here. I'm just saying that from this area over here, you want to prefer to always look for shorts, anticipating a potential pullback before targeting higher levels. And that is also exactly what I'm doing right now on Bitcoin. Because what we can see is that over here, we have a massive imbalance that is yet to be filled as well. This imbalance move will act as a draw on liquidity on price. Now, many times people ask me, why are these imbalances a draw on liquidity? You have to look at it as if it's the price of a painting, for example. Let's say you have 1,000 paintings available and the original price of that painting is $100. Now, if that price of that painting, due to too much demand being in the market, shoots up all of a sudden from $100 to $200 in a too short amount of time, what then happens is the price is creating a fair value gap. So what that means is that at that price of $200, after it shot up so fast, no one is going to be interested again in buying the painting. So it's going to be very hard to push up the price even further. So what does price do? It's attracted to fill that fair value gap, at least partially, until people are interested again in buying that painting. Now this works the exact same for Bitcoin. So when we look at a 15-minute time frame, we can see that potentially Bitcoin is creating a bit of a slow grind to the downside over here with these triple highs over here as well. Now at the exact same time, Bitcoin is forming a lower high over here while Ethereum is forming a higher high. So we are also creating a potential SMT divergence right over here for the price of Bitcoin as well. This could be a potential local top. If Bitcoin is, for example, going to provide us with a strong break to the downside over here, this could be a potential top and Bitcoin could see further downsides. And when we see that further downside, I'm looking to retrace this massive green candle over here that we formed 2 weeks ago on a Thursday. I'm looking to completely retrace that candle and take out that bottom of the candle because we had no wick to the downside or whatsoever. And I think this over here will be a massive inefficiency that is about to get filled over the upcoming weeks on Bitcoin. So my plan for Bitcoin remains the exact same. I prefer not to see another push towards the upside from here. I prefer to see a pullback first towards $96,000 and then potentially bottom out over here before reversing back towards the upside on Bitcoin. 14 days of completely free access to what I think is the best and most authentic trading community in the space, Tribe Capital. Trade signals, education, live streams, and way more, too much to mention. You guys can now join completely for free if you follow the link in the description down below. First links, no strings attached, no credit card information needed, nothing. I'll see you there. We can see that I'm currently holding this swing long position on Ethereum. And I'll explain to you guys why I'm holding this swing long. Because what we can see on the weekly time frame right over here is that Ethereum, obviously, as I explained weeks ago already, is currently bouncing from the 2017 all-time high right over here. While getting the bounce, Ethereum was also sweeping massive sell-side liquidity beneath the equal lows over here. So we are bouncing from a key level while sweeping massive sell-side liquidity, and at the exact same time we can also see that Ethereum was reclaiming this massive range low area as well. Now this is a massive range low area of a bigger accumulation range that has been going on Ethereum for the past 5 years already. On the lower time frame, on the daily right over here, we can also see that Ethereum is reclaiming pivotal range levels, because what we can see is that right over here we have a massive range low level for Ethereum, and right over here we have a massive range high area for Ethereum. And we can see that while reclaiming that range low, Ethereum was also breaking structure back towards the upside right over here. Now this to me was a massive sign for a potential high time frame bottom, so I decided that I wanted to start looking for swing longs on Ethereum right over here. Now in my opinion, it's still very much possible that Ethereum could see another dip into this range low and then potentially start forming a bottoming formation right over here. If you get a scenario like this where Ethereum is going to retest that daily range low area and it's going to provide you with confirmation of a high probability reversal structure over here on the 4-hourly time frame, then you can also hop into a long on Ethereum with your invalidation beneath that low and then targeting that range high drawn liquidity, because that ultimately will be our target. We always want to trade it from the range low deviation, aka the deviation over here, back towards the range high drawn liquidity right over here, where we also have these equal highs with this high over here and also with this high right over here. Whoops, you don't want your portfolio to drop like that, so make sure to like and subscribe and let's keep things steady. At the same time, I'm also swing long on Solana because Solana is defending a strong monthly low right over here while it has quite a weak monthly high. Now, how do I know? Because when we look at the Brighter Data monthly statistics, data gathered over the last 7 years on Solana, we can see that there's an extremely low P1 flip risk, aka there's only a 7% probability to take out the current monthly low based off time statistics. Based off this statistics, that probability is even lower. Based off the distance that we made from the monthly low to the monthly high, there's only a 6.3% probability to take out that monthly low, aka an extremely high probability to hold the monthly low for the remainder of the month. We can also see that at the exact same time, it is very unlikely that P2 is in, that the second pivot is in for the month. 81.4% of months form a new P2 after May the 14th at 1 o'clock in the morning. Assuming that the monthly low is going to hold, it means that the monthly high is likely going to get taken out. And based off distance, this probability is even bigger. There's a 95.2% probability to see a bigger move compared to the current move that Solana has seen so far this month. Soon I will be looking to add more margin to my current long position on Solana, but in order to do that, I need another trigger. Currently, this is the high to break for Solana. If price can manage to break this high right over here, I'll be looking to long the pullback to target higher levels and that way compound my profits towards the upside. Another scenario could be that Solana is going to get one more sweep of that low over here before getting that high probability reversal. This is definitely a possible scenario as well. Then this is the high to break. Then once again, we play the higher low, in that case with our invalidation over here, and we target higher levels for the price of Solana, eventually targeting $250 and beyond. Another update video completed on Bitcoin, Ethereum and Solana. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below. If you guys like these kind of updates, I would love it if you guys could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao, ciao!